Ginger, leave them babies alone.
You're live. You're live.
Yeah. Hey, Teresa. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Ashley. I know you guys are cold there, but it is 77 degrees here.
Cathy and her what?
Popsicles, LOL.
Yeah, she likes popsicles.
Yeah, I get more fluid in me this way.
Hey, Christy.
Thanks, babe. I bit my tongue.
Brenda says she can't stay long. Oh. Teresa wants to know if you're tired from all the work you've been doing.
I am hurting all over, and I got bruises popping up all over. He's been beating me, you know.
She gets in the way. Things fall on her.
I couldn't say that. Yeah. When we moved that quail cage, I've got a bruise all the way down my hand that I just had surgery in because it slid all the way off my hand like that.
After I told her to get out of the way.
But I don't listen. I got a sunburn streak. That's cold.
Yeah, most redheads do, and they are stubborn.
Watch your mouth.
Love your shirt. She likes your shirt.
Oh, thank you.
They can see me coming.
She likes my shirt or your shirt?
Your shirt, I think. Yeah, Teresa says, laughing out yet loud, yeah, I really believe she would let someone beat her.
Anyways, I am going to do the unreeling. All of it's cut off now. It's not very long at all.
Yeah, I was trying to get her to grow it down to her ankles, but she didn't do it.
You would not believe how much lighter my hair is. I should have weighed myself. But we did a video on it. My nose is itching off. Somebody's coming to see me. Anyways.
Say something, Ashley. We want to make sure you stay in here tonight.
She's going to stay in. She's just listening. She's got things to do, she said.
Oh.
Don't pester her.
You know me, I pester.
Yeah, I know. Anyways, I got a list of things I want to talk to y'all about. And one of the things I wanted to talk to y'all about is the fruit.
Black sapote?
It is not ready.
It has to be brown.
It does not have to be brown.
Yeah, according to that video.
It does not have to be brown.
Okay.
But it's not ready yet. It is still hard inside.
Yeah, but show them how wrinkled up it is.
I did show them.
Yeah, but you didn't hold it up there
Now
long
this
enough.
is the oldest one that I cut with you guys's. And it's a little bit more wrinkled up and so on and so forth, but it's not at all right. So it's going to be a little bit longer. Hopefully it won't get ripe before while I'm gone, or else you're going to have to do a video on it. If it gets ripe while I'm gone, you can put it in the refrigerator.
She loves your hair.
Thank you. Okay, so I want to talk about some other things that we've been playing around with.
She said, still very long. She left the L out.
I ate this cantaloupe that was the best I've had in years. So I saved the seeds and I dried them and I harvested them today. They're all dried. So I'm going to plant those in the spring. And I'm going to try my luck. I don't think I have any in any of my seeds that I've gotten. I don't think I have any spaghetti squash. So I happened to buy spaghetti squash and make it, so I harvested those seeds.
Brenda says one of hers ripened.
Cool.
One of the black sapotes.
So Brenda, what I would do is like maybe do a video of you cutting it open or something and freeze that one until the other ones ripen. So my sweetheart here, he's been growing roselles.
Hey, Holland. How are you doing this evening?
Hi, Holland. He's been growing roselles for me.
It's called
I really wanted to get these really, really bad.
It's
I wish you wouldn't have cut them all up so that they could have seen it in its full bloom.
Well, let me have some out there.
Hey, wait a minute. Don't you have it on your phone, what they look like? Don't you have a picture of them? Didn't you send me a picture of it?
I don't know. It's called Hibiscus sabidifera. That's its clinical name. You know, rare fruits have two names. It's also called Roselle hibiscus. You can look it up on your phone, on Google. Let's see if I got a picture.
Anyways, it makes the best tea. So, what I'm doing is, he has harvested,
There's a picture of it. That's when it first started growing.
that's a picture of the bloom and the pods. So, there you go. He has harvested the pods for me. And there they are. I am going to put them in the dehydrator whenever we get off of the live stream tonight and dehydrate them up so I can make me some tea.
I made some today raw.
And I don't know why he brought me leaves. He brought me some leaves of it.
She ain't as brave as I am, I guess. And that's the seed pods. That's the
David, tea tastes better when it's dried.
okay. I just had to have some raw.
That's all right. You can do whatever you want to. If you croak, I know where you're going.
Yeah.
This is the inside. I'm will also dehydrate that and chop those up so that I can make tea with them. So I've got a lot of stuff here that I'm going to talk to you about. Now, I grew some moringa trees, and we back in about 3 weeks ago, I guess, sometime, I don't know when it was. We cut the pods off. I don't know. This one's going to be smaller, but I don't want to get into the little one. But I want you to see how easily they are to open up. And harvest those seeds. Look at all those seeds. I can't wait. So I'm going to take those seeds and plant me some more plants around the perimeter where the fence is. Once I'm gonna plant the seeds in pots, and then when he gets the new fence put in, I'm gonna put these at the fence, probably about a foot in from the fence, so that I can chop and drop and harvest the moringa, because I'm in so much pain now. I'm going to need the powder too, and I can't afford to buy it. So that's where I'm going with that. David,
you got to keep that thing off there. Keep that thing off there.
You are dangerous, old man.
Get that thing off there.
Okay. So I got, thank you for the thumbs up. I got some other cool stuff. And I'm hoping that these last while I'm gone.
Let me explain the moringa. The moringa is a taproot. It's not invasive.
It's a tree.
Yeah, it's a tree, but it's also a taproot.
It has a taproot. It isn't a taproot.
Yeah, it is a taproot. Once it gets down to the water table, it's drought tolerant. So it has more taproot than it has feeler roots. And it's good for...
Here, show them this, dude.
High blood pressure.
Can you see that?
It's the same color as my shirt.
He's a pumpkin. I got 3 of these dudes at Publix.
All right.
I got 3 of them at Publix for $1 a piece.
Wouldn't let me finish on the moringa.
I'm sorry. Go ahead with your moringa.
I think everybody should be taking moringa because it's good for high blood pressure, blood sugar, inflammation, arthritis, and diabetics should be taking moringa every day. Okay, I'm done now.
Okay. So I went with my sister finally got her teeth, praise God. So maybe now she might be able to gain some weight. She's down to like 116, I think she said. And I think it's less. But anyways, on the day that I took her to get her teeth, I went over to Publix and they had them outside for $1 a piece. So I grabbed them. I grabbed 3 big ones. I'm hoping that they will stay safe and not rot while I'm gone. If they do, I'm only out $3, but years ago when right after I had Brian, so it was in 1983, there was a church up here on 520 that was having pumpkins for sale. And then after Halloween, they just was going to take them to the dump. So people were coming and getting them for their hogs and all kind of stuff. And I thought it was really cool. So I went up there and got me some pumpkins. And I'm telling you, I made I don't know, probably 300 or 400 pumpkin pies. And I'm not talking about all the big ones. I'm talking about little baby ones. Back then, if you ate,
Good night, Brenda.
night, Brenda. If you ate pot pies, you would get these aluminum pans with them, and you could use them over and over again if you washed them up good. So that's what I did. I would save them and make them, and oh my gosh, they were so good. Once they were frozen, I could take them out of that tin, that aluminum pan, and put them to store in the freezer until I was ready to bake them. Oh, they were so good. So I want to do that again. I haven't done that in years. I've only done it one time since. And like I said, that was 1983. So that's one of the things. Oh, and I got my daughter-in-law blessed me today. I went down to her house and she gave me 2 very, very pretty shirts. Aren't they cute? And they still have the price tags on them. So I'm excited about that. Let's see. Let me look at my list. Where's my phone?
The red shed says very pretty. Here, let me see.
Here, just take that. I'm done with it. I got 60%, so I'll be fine.
I'm trying.
Okay, so me getting my hair cut was very difficult because I'm allergic to everything. And my daughter wanted to wash my hair, but I am very afraid to wash my hair with any products.
Ashley says, "Don't worry, Dad." Laughing out loud. I was driving and listening.
I lost my train of thought now.
Oops. I'm trying to read the chat to you.
So she didn't understand, and I didn't want to be very boisterous because there was a customer in there. I didn't want to say anything, so I just kept my mouth shut and let her finish doing my hair. You can't, I can't go in and have my hair washed and everything because I've literally clawed myself to death with some shampoos. So I have to be very, very careful. Very sensitive skin. That's what it's all about, being a redhead. I'm not allergic to poison ivy, poison oak, but I darn sure will break out for everything else under the sun. The normal things people are allergic to don't bother me at all.
Holland says, "Try this again. We keep losing internet, so if I disappear, you know why."
All right, honey. Well, thanks for coming in. So I'm putting a video out on that of me getting my hair cut today. We have been doing a lot of stuff. The broilers are getting huge. I mean, huge. They are every bit of that big. And I'm getting so excited. I can't wait. He says he's going to wait till December 2nd. I don't know how we're going to do that. We haven't talked again, but we were looking into trying to buy a plucker because that's a lot of birds to pluck by hand. So, he's been up here helping me most of the week. He came up and helped me move the quail cage, and we took off all the trumpet vine on the fence out there and off of the rabbit trees, and most of it off of the shed. Hopefully tomorrow morning he can get the rest of that off the shed. I've got to oh, you like it, huh? Did you see it down, Ashley?
Teresa says she'll help you pluck them.
Yeah. I bet you Teresa'd like me to bring her one too. What was I saying now? What were we talking about?
Well, Ashley says
thought.
your hair. It was so beautiful. It still is beautiful. You're beautiful, Mommy. But you made me miss my long hair. Now I don't feel as bad. Maha.
Brat. Well, mine's still long, but it's not as long as it was. And believe you me, y'all mark my word. If it doesn't fall out, which they say with the bariatric surgeries that you'll lose your hair, but I can't see losing this mop.
She didn't lose her
possibility.
She didn't lose her hair when she had cancer, and they told
no, it went down to less than a dime size though.
But still didn't lose it. Oh.
So anyways, he helped me to trim back my Pakistani mulberries. And I haven't counted them, but I would suspect that there's probably about 23 to 30. I could be wrong. Maybe not that many, huh? How many would you say we had?
I don't know.
I have a whole lot of hey there, food forest, permaculture. Does that say permaculture?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to make sure.
Yeah.
I've got a whole bunch of them, and they're a whole bunch of Pakistani mulberry cuttings that I've got in water right now, and I am going to put in pots, hopefully before I leave. If not, David's got to do it. I bought soil, and it's out there. If the dogs will leave it alone, I had to put something over top of it because they busted the bags. But that's one of the things that I want to get done tomorrow. I have to pack tomorrow because I'm leaving I'm going to be gone from Friday all the way through the next week, through to the next Sunday. So hopefully. What are you doing?
I'm putting that up there.
For what?
See if I can get a response out of Holland.
Anyways, I don't know what this man's up to. I lost my train of thought again.
I'm sorry. You was talking about how you wanted to get the Pakistani mulberry potted tomorrow.
Oh, yes, I want to plant them. But I was going on, hey, Patty, how is it going, honey?
Yes, one of them's 270, the other was stainless 30-06, and I forgot to bring the 7mm Magnum. I was going to put that big one on the end.
Anyways.
Southern Blessed Homestead just dropped in.
That's Patty.
Yeah, well, that's Patty. Okay.
Anyways, it's hot here. I'm ready for some cold weather, and I'm going to get me some cold weather. And my girlfriends, Teresa and And Wilma and Deborah, they're convinced that I'm going to see snow this year. So I'm so excited. Now, I don't have cold clothes, but Teresa's it said that she's got some clothes that I might be able to fit, but I don't think I'll need hers. She's a little shorter than me, so it probably won't work. But my girlfriend Wilma, she's about my same size, and she says she's got some winter clothes if I ain't got enough, or if I'm not, fixed up good enough for winter. Because I'm a Florida girl, and flip flops, shorts, and sleeveless shirts is all.
She got here in time to see you smack me.
I smacked him again too. So that's pretty much what I live in. Even during the winter, I hardly ever put on a windbreaker or anything like that. I mean, it's just not. And I don't. And if they've got the heat on somewhere, I have a hard time sitting there. Now, thank God they don't heat up the church really bad, because I wouldn't be able to go to church at all.
Food Forest says if you want cold weather, come to Canada. They got plenty of it.
Yeah. What I want to do, okay, the deer is on my bucket list. Another thing on my bucket list is I want to go hunting and fishing in Alaska. And I want to drive through Canada to get there and everything, or however it is that you get there, and see the northern part of America. I just, that excites me.
Want to see the Northern Lights?
Yes, I want to see the Northern Lights. And I want to catch some of those big salmon. Oh, and talking about fish, I want to show you, Holland. I got something.
I think he disappeared, but you can come show it. He was having internet trouble. Y'all hit the thumbs up. Those that haven't. You too, Ashley. Thumbs up.
This is Snook. Yum, yum. We have dinner.
Teresa says, the grass is always greener. I always want to go further south.
Well, I've always been an outdoorsy type gal, hunting, fishing, and all that kind of stuff. When my kids was little, we lived on the river. My son would wake up, the first thing he'd say out of his mouth, Mom, can we go fishing today? I'd say, yeah, if you help me get the house clean and make sure everything's in order for your dad so he won't get mad at me and come home and raise Cain. He'd say, okay. He'd fly through that house and get everything and get on them girls, making them girls move. And back then I babysat a lot of little kids. So we had a lot of little kids with us fishing.
Food Force says, you drive through British Columbia to get to Alaska. Wild still. And lots of bears and cougars and wolverines and wolves and lots of moose and some.
And that's what I want to do. I imagine it costs a lot, though, to hunt there, probably, and fish, but I've never looked into it. But that's another one of my bucket lists. I'm kind of a versatile. Is that how you say it? Versatile
Yeah, you got it that time.
person. I like to do a lot of different things. I don't like to put all my eggs in one basket. I like to take cruises. I'm going on.
I missed that one.
What? I took my girls on.
Southern Blessed Homestead says, "Hey, Patty, David is getting in trouble. He acts like Lee."
He does. He is. They could have been brothers from another mother. Anyways, before my daughter passed away, hey, Bub. I took all my girls on a cruise, and we had a blast. So I'd like to do that again and take my daughter-in-law. And somebody will have to watch the kids, though. I think we would have a blast. What?
The moose tag is a little less than $50.
Oh, cool.
Lots of elk here and deer are pets called townies. Yeah, they probably lay in people's front yards like they do in Wendover farms.
Oh, so I'm so anxious, and I'm so afraid that I'm going to forget something.
You always do.
And I only have a few pairs of socks. So I'm hoping.
I got some wool hunting socks.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to have to loan them to me. Although they're going to be a mile long on me.
Maybe not.
I'm hoping to go before I leave to see if I couldn't get a pair of little boots or something. But I don't know. I may just pass it up.
Bub says, "Don't forget your gun."
No, Holland's loaning me his gun because he's got a gun that will be easier on me since my surgery and everything. I don't want to get that. If I took one of his guns, I'd have trouble with it probably beating me up. And I just, being that port was inside of a vein and all that kind of stuff, and it was surgery and I was cut open, I just think, even when it was still in there, I was just like really concerned about it giving me a good knock, and could that cause a blood clot? So
yeah, Holland's got a used 243 that don't kick, but the deer will sure feel it, there, Bub.
Teresa told me she got your that y'all stopped and got that they stopped at y'all's house and got the deer pelts. So I can't wait. I hope Lee does a video on them. I think that would be so cool. I'd love to learn how to do that. I'd like to do this, and if I get a nice deer, I think somebody might try to help me if he can work it out, get it mounted for me.
I said I'd look into it. Teresa, don't start.
Which means he's going to do it. But that would be really cool if I got a nice one to be able to mount.
No pistols allowed, only long guns in Canada. No machine guns and single shot only.
Wow.
Wow.
Lee has a video on tanning a deer hide. It is in 2 parts. Oh, okay, cool. I'll have to look back.
Yeah, and Bub says, she said, hopefully I'll get some more deer hides this weekend.
Oh, okay. I'll keep that in my prayers, bud. Why did I say bud? Been a long day. The kids were here all day today. They'll be here all day tomorrow. And then I'm leaving out Friday morning. Probably leave here around 4 o'clock. And then hopefully I'll get to my girlfriend's house in Virginia.
Georgia.
Yes, thank you, honey. I don't know. I'm hoping to be there by probably around 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, because I'm going to stop a lot and walk because I'm scared of blood clots. Watch it. You're bumping the table.
I didn't mean to. Bud. Yeah.
What are they playing?
That's what's in his hand. That's why you said Bud.
What?
Teresa's saying that Bub has got a Budweiser in his hand.
Well, I'll tell you, I wouldn't mind having about a little sip of one of those
And
myself.
Southern Blessed Homestead, they said they'd be praying for you
Thank
on
you.
your trip so you don't get no blood clots.
But I don't drink, so. And I'm not allowed to have anything with carbonation anyways.
Yeah. Southern Blessed wants to know, did you growl at me?
Yes, I did.
She does that all the time.
Hey, Broussard Homestead, how's it going? Guess what? I put a couple of, I put, I think, 8 little cutting pieces of elderberry in a jar, and I think 2 of them have sprouted for David. Broussard made me think about that, because he gave me some cuttings at the
Food Forest says, Cathy and David, been a pleasure to be here, and real nice folks in the chat. Much love and respect. Hunt, gather, and grow. Happy, healthy, human night, folks. Good night.
Good night. Have a great night, hon. Appreciate you stopping in.
No, it wasn't elderberry. It was Pakistani mulberry.
No.
Oh.
I was talking about.
Okay.
I rooted them for you.
My
They're
mistake.
in there on the counter.
My
in
mistake.
the kitchen.
You was talking about mulberry earlier.
But earlier I was talking about cuttings for Pakistani mulberries. They're in water outside, and they need to go into dirt. They do much better in dirt than in the water. I just didn't want them to wilt and lose their leaves right away. I cut them down to like 2 or 3 leaves. And they're, about 18 inches tall. What are you doing? You keep moving the thingy, honey.
There's a seed. I moved the seed.
Okay. So let me look at my notes here.
Oh.
Did I talk about our harvesting our broilers? He wants to harvest them the 2nd of December.
But she can't wait that long.
I don't think they're going to wait that long. They're huge. They're getting bigger every day. Of course, we are. And I want to know, anybody that's done these broilers before, do you nonstop feed them, or do you let them not have food overnight? I mean, I leave the food bin in there and keep filling it up whenever it's empty.
Teresa says, stop moving things, David.
I hope y'all ain't getting seasick from him.
Do that again. Thank you.
There was something else I wanted to say right offhand that was important too. I guess I'm gonna have to order me some elderberries packages from Broussard whenever I get a chance, because I've got to get my immune system built up. I'm so worried. All these kids are hacking and carrying on. I'm scared I'm gonna get sick.
What about you, Teresa? Do you feed the broilers nonstop when you get them? Some chickens make themselves sick by overeating. Only feed during the day.
They seem to have, like, I'm telling you, it's disgusting. You'll hear them go like that. And have you ever heard a feller hit a spit tune when he had a chew of tobacco in? That's what it sounds like. It's disgusting. I mean, they just got. I'm glad they're up off the ground. Let's just put it that way.
Well, that makes sense to me. I think we should only feed them during the day.
Yeah, but I don't want nothing getting into their food at nighttime if I pull it out of there.
And Teresa says she's not done meat birds. She's only done roosters when they're mean.
Oh, okay. Broussards, have you done any meat birds before? I've watched a lot of videos on Justin Rhodes's channel, and y'all please pray for their family. It's very heartbreaking. Charging. What?
It's not charging. Is that light on over there?
No, it's not. It's very heartbreaking. He's lost his father this week, and
he said only egg producers.
Boots was a very, very, very nice man. I watched several. I know. I watched. I was so impressed with his.
Yeah, I understand there, Brett. He said he, and he corrected it. We raise meat rabbits. So do we.
But that's Amy that's saying.
Oh, but we got broilers too now. So.
Anyways, so Justin's father passed away, and the kids and Justin and Rebecca's taking it pretty hard. Trying to keep smiles on for the camera, and he has broken down on the camera too. So if y'all would please keep them in your prayers. I've watched them for years, ever since I had my heart attack. That's who I watched, them and Starry Hilder and Doug and Stacy and Danny and Wanda and
Southern Bliss says yes, been praying for them. It is sad.
His father, what amazed me, and please don't interrupt me this time so I don't forget what I'm trying to say.
And it's Brett on the line.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. This is important that I say this. And what we do in our lifestyles and stuff like that, it's important when your family approves of what you're doing and likes your lifestyle and don't mind being on the camera with you, and they look and they look to you with love and admiration. And that's what I've always seen with his father, and how he how he's always treated Justin and the kids and Rebecca. And I just think it's really sad. He's definitely going to be missed, and I'll let that go. But I just want y'all to keep them in your prayers, and I appreciate those of you who do. My mother fell this week, and she's got a great big old shiner. She's so embarrassed. And she was helping my sister move into her house from out to the beach in with her and my sister Kim. And my sister's husband and their son are all staying at my mom's. My mom's got a really nice big house for them. And yes, Justin Rhodes.
Yeah, I got to say, I'm glad I didn't answer that, because I would have answered what you said about Brizard's homestead. See, I was totally off base.
Okay, so anyways, my mom fell as she was coming from the outside of the beach house. She was coming from the outside into the inside, and it was sliding glass doors, and somehow she tripped and went down, and bam, she bruised her whole body up and scuffed up her knee really bad and blacked her eye.
Yeah, Ashley, you're probably losing connection because of the clouds. If you're driving, it's probably getting further away from the tower.
So I'm kind of worried about her. Her doctor. This is how frustrating I get with the doctors. Her doctor my mom wanted her to see her boo-boo on her knee to make sure that she didn't need to go have it x-rayed or anything like that, because it was a nasty bruise.
Brett says prayers for your mom and for Justin.
Thank you, Brett. So the doctor rips that thingy that my mom had on there, said it's too big for what you need, and takes that off, and then she puts gauze on it. So what do you think happened? She didn't put any type of triple antibiotic or any type of anything. So it was yucky, and it stuck to the thing, and my mom had to rip that off. She said, I'm going to tell my doctor about that. I said, well, you just do that. She says, she hurt me.
Yeah, Teresa said it stuck.
Yeah, it stuck. Teresa, how's your mama doing? I know you've been spending a lot of time over there, but I want to know how she's doing.
Oh, jammed up here.
What's jammed about you?
No, I got it. I definitely don't want to jerk that thing off there.
Please don't move. What was I getting at now? What was I even talking about? You mess me up all the time.
Teresa says she's a little better, but still can't be alone.
Okay. I'm glad to hear that. Sundown syndrome is really, really, really hard.
The wild lettuce pain med is helping her sleep all night.
Far out. I'm so glad that Lee knows how to do that.
Yeah, I use for sleep medicine. I use valerian root. It smells like it's the stinkiest herb on the planet. It smells like an old locker room pair of socks. That's what it smells like.
So in the morning, I'm going to make him air layer that Gaffin anatomy tree out there that's got the limb that's over, and that fruit that was on it disappeared. So I'm a little bit mad. I'm a lot mad. I gotta say, I gotta admit, I'm a lot mad. Something got a hold of it, and I can't find it nowhere in the yard or nothing. I'm so mad I can't see straight. But there's always next year, I reckon.
Yeah.
It takes a long time for them to develop. I was hoping I'd have some miracle fruit whenever I come up there, but the kids have figured out what's good and what's not, and Alora has been standing out there eating them as soon as they get ripe. So could be worse. She could be eating something that she ain't supposed to be. But I try not to let them do that because, if they go out front, I do have a thing that I want cut down, but I've got to get something to put there. I might put another Pakistani mulberry there or something out there where the holly is. But those hollies have nasty poisonous berries, so I've always tried to make sure that the kids don't just pick things. They have to know what they're picking and know that it's allowed to be eaten. But I cut back the star fruit. I do have some fruit, but I'm not positive that there's going to be a whole lot that is going to be ripe enough to bring you, Teresa. But I'm going to try.
She says our grandkids do that with the King Nan cherries we have.
Yeah. Well, they haven't found the Suriname cherries yet. I don't know if they would even try them yet or not. My grandson's funny about some things. He'll try it if his sister tries it. But sometimes he'll get it in his mouth and he won't even try to chew it. He'll just spit it out. So it is what it is.
It's a bush that they can reach, and they pick them all.
Them Suriname cherries that I grow out there, that's the way I was when I was a kid. We had a big, huge tree of them and our bush. It was tall. It was probably 8 to 9 feet tall, and I would say it was probably 6 feet around. And I used to just stand at the bush and pick them and put them in my mouth and eat them. So, and I've got some of those that are ripe right now, but I don't think that those will. I don't think that those
be any
will
good by the time they get there.
Yeah, once you harvest them, you have to eat them right away. So I've been going through the yard eating fruit, but that miracle fruit is full of blooms right now. I mean, absolutely full to the brim. I can't even imagine. And the I have one flower on the dragon fruit that I'm praying makes it. It rained yesterday and today, but I'd already cut off the flower part of it, and I'm hoping and praying that it doesn't get too moist that it rots. That's what's been happening is all the rains just absolute. Every time I get them all bloomed out and ready to have fruit, they go nuts.
They get flooded.
I started to go over and show you my next door neighbor's dragon fruit, but I don't know if she harvested or somebody stole it because theirs is out front by the road. And one year, some kids came through there and stole every single one of them and busted them. Didn't even try to eat them. They don't even know what they're doing. So aggravating. But I don't know if I did I buy the freezer before last week or
I guess it was last week.
I don't know if y'all knew or not, but I got me another freezer for the deer meat and the broilers that I'm growing out there. I'm so excited to fill up my freezer, not have to worry about food for a while. I got to get that garden going though. I have not had any time, and I'm going to have to get back and get on the ball because it will be getting cooler here. I won't say it's going to get any frost, but I've got to get my garden out. I haven't done my fall garden yet. It's so hot here that I can't work out there.
Yeah, October was the hottest October ever on record. Stayed up over 90 degrees for all of October.
Well, it was in the 80s today.
No.
In fact, right now, it is, let's see here, 77 degrees. The high today was 84, and the low is 72. I doubt it's going to make that 72, though. Tomorrow is supposed to be 84, 81 for Friday, and down in 75 for Saturday, and Sunday's supposed to be 78, and then back up to 80 again on Monday.
Teresa says she's got to get a freezer too Saturday because she's going to butcher a cow at the 1st of December.
Well, Teresa, I started to buy my freezer at Lowe's. And I don't know, God just told me, I was standing at the cash register, fixing to get somebody to load it. They had brought it up, and I inspected it and everything. It had been repaired. It was a return thingy, so I was going to get it for $300, which I thought was a little bit much, but I needed it, so I was going to get it. Well, standing there, I got to thinking, with these grandkids, I really need a key, and I couldn't find a key on it, and they couldn't find me a key for it. And I believe that was God, because with my sister moving and everything, she had to get rid of this freezer sitting in my living room right now until I figure out where I want to put it. But it's working, and it's in a okay spot for right now. I'm dealing with it. I don't care what other people think. I keep a freezer in my living room, whatever. I'm a little bit redneck. Well, I'm actually a lot redneck, ain't I? So to make a long story short, I got her freezer for $100. A lot better on me for money wise. I'm very blessed about that. And I got me a whole bunch of Princess House that she was going to be selling in her garage sale, and to add to my collection. I say a whole bunch. It was 4 or 5 items. And So I put the freezer's been, I put the freezer, plugged it in, and it's been running ever since it got here. But I got some donuts and stuff for the kids for while they're here. And oh my goodness, I don't know why I did that. I don't normally give them sugar. I don't normally buy this stuff, but I did it this time. I haven't done it in probably months and months. I could look back at my video where I went to the bread store. I can't eat that stuff. But I can't eat bread, period, anymore. I can, but I don't. That's one of the things that they don't want you to eat on this sleeve surgery thing. But
Excuse me.
so I don't go to the bread store anymore very often. What they saying on there?
Not a good idea to give. Teresa says it's not a good idea to give them youngins sugar.
I know. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, now me, if I keep them at my house, I sugar them up and send them home.
He does too. He's not teasing about it. My grandson, Tommy, the oldest one, he's so precious. He's the one that's a snook fisherman. Goes out with his daddy all the time, catches snook. Don't even bother to get free channels or whatever. They just don't bother with it, which is kind of cool. We didn't really have TV on all the time when our kids was growing up either. Maybe that's why my son's like that. But he said, I ain't wasting my money on cable. But anyway, so Tommy sits and watches his fishing shows, and Papa feeds him all kind of junk food, and sometimes Corey comes too. Depending on what's going on with Mom that day. If he knows his mother's going to do something he wants to do, he goes with his mama, but normally he comes home with Papa too. And Corey's the one that's out, I mean, like right beside David constantly. Everything he does, which is kind of cool.
Hour and 5 minutes.
Oh, is it already?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well.
I think we're down to 3, so it's, according to that up there, it's just Teresa talking. So should we call it?
Yeah, we should probably only Ashley, Broussard's, and Teresa on here now. But
just went back up to 4.
Oh,
that's Ashley popping in and out. She's.
Are you sure it's Ashley? It
probably.
Might be Holland. So, anyways, I'm very, very.
No, Southern Bless is still here.
Hey, Patty.
Working on some peppers, huh? Are they really hot? Time flies when we're having fun, Teresa says.
Yeah, I don't want to hang up. But I probably should. I've still got a ton of things to do, and I've got to figure out what I'm going to pack and all that kind of stuff. Write myself a list. Make sure I don't forget nothing. God, I don't want to forget that snook in the freezer. And did I promise you anything, Teresa? Did I promise to bring you anything? What?
Southern Blessed Patty says, she says, yes, hot peppers. Thinking about Lee because I'm not using gloves.
Make sure you soak those fingers in milk before you wash them. I never knew up until watching last year of different people getting burned up with hot peppers. I never knew you had to use gloves. I always did them with my hands too. So
Well, and then dishwashing liquid works on hot peppers. Last peppers for the season, she said.
oh,
Yeah, I need to get
did
some.
she answer me about? Am I supposed to be bringing you anything? I can't remember.
I don't think so.
Grease my hands up with coconut oil first. Good job. You know why that is so perfect? Because, are you listening, babe? When you oil your hands, that juice cannot saturate your skin and stay there.
Yeah, you burned the fire out of my lip once. And you still laugh about it.
I tried to. I warned you. You're the one that has said you had to have it.
Uh-uh.
There you go, doing it again.
You're putting on a good show for everybody.
He's so bad. He keeps kicking the thing. No, I don't think of anything, Cathy. But if I think of anything, I will Marco you. Okay. Far out. Anyways, think I'm gonna call it a night, guys. I'm tired.
How did she do this anyway, Teresa? How did she get me up here in front of the camera 2 weeks in a row?
I told him I have to tell y'all before I hang up. I said, honey, we had so much fun last week. Don't you want to join me again? He didn't know I was going to beat on him.
Yeah, but Patty likes it too because she says, woo-wee, get him, Cathy.
He loves it. When he don't love it, I know it. When he's mad, I don't mess with him. Well, thank you, Teresa. That's cool. I got 5 people on and 5 thumbs up.
Big old love pats, Patty said.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they are.
And whenever he's really bad, I get a hold of that.
Yeah, she can get me to do just about anything when she gets a hold of that.
Yep. So tomorrow morning, we're going to cut your hair too. It's too late tonight to do that.
All right, well, Teresa says, well, there was 9 on at one time. Yeah, we know. But then Ashley was having trouble staying on, and Holland was having trouble staying on.
Anyways, we're going to cut it off for tonight. I hope you guys have a great night. Teresa, I can't wait to see you. I wish it was another picnic so I could see everybody.
Bye-bye, folks. We love you.
Is this turned on? So let's see here. Gotta figure out how to stop this. It's moved down somehow. Oh, that moved down whenever you sat on it. All right. See y'all later. Night.